Hi, I know it's been quite a while since I've posted a video on this channel or even about my other projects. And many of you maybe have some questions like, where's the other guy? In all honesty, I don't have any of these answers. Though for you ladies and gentlemen, as you have might seen in this title, I'm making a bike. Well, not any kind of bike, but a pretty big project I won't be able to fit in a single video. The biggest problem that I must advise you is that
I'm not an engineer.
Thanks, Warren. Well, just not yet. In any case, what's all about this project? The problem is simple. I must go to school, to work, or even just go out for my groceries. And I know, you're probably asking yourself, why you're just taking the bus? Small Lake is.
There's none.
Okay then, why not use a normal bicycle? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The first step of any project is the planning session. Mine was relatively short since I can make much real calculation. They're all mostly only drawings. Let's take a look at them, shall we?
Here's our bike, and that's our frame. If you look closely, you might recognize a certain shape. I wonder what look like that. Yeah, good job. It's a normal bicycle frame. So how to turn this into this? Simple. Cut the legs out, put them slightly higher, and then bolt it to the frame. Voila! Now we can properly mount the wooden seat, assuring a somewhat rigid structure to lie on. The main shaft, where the rear fork meets, has been taken from another bicycle. It will be welded, making a strong connection between the two joints. Furthermore, the rear fork will be mounted to the same shaft we modified to make a good pivot point. As you might have guessed, it's made of wood, since wood is the only stock material and cheap enough for my wallet. Sure enough, talking and planning is a job, but making it work is another, so let's jump into it. I know. You all been waiting for this project to begin, since you don't really care about plans. And, well, to be real honest with you, I do agree with you. And that's why we're gonna start by making the frame. So as you might see, it's in pretty bad condition. It's rusty everywhere. And furthermore, the brakes doesn't work. The back itself is not usable anymore, so that's the reason why I wanted to start this project. The theme of the frame.
I used to have a problem. Oh, there's. I used to have a problem that the these mother shaft doesn't want to come off. Like it really doesn't want. Doesn't want. I put WD-40 inside, and it still doesn't want to budge out. So I'm assuming if it's liquid, it won't stuck. No, still doesn't want to. Come on. Go, gentlemen. Fire all this wind. Hey, wow, look at this. So easy to turn. I could turn it by hand, but I'm not gonna be so stupid, you know? Still burn.
Of course!
Let's go. Oh, let's do the other side, shall we? So
Oh,
let's
shit.
use our little
Here we go
friend.
again.
Nice smoke. It's like Snoop Dogg. Alright. Do you move? Ah. Uh, ah.
Like any great person, I push my problem to future me, thinking it would disappear. And yeah, they disappear, since I just caught it.
Yeah, making the rest of the beautiful shaft of my third bike. It's pretty cool. The bearing fits perfectly inside. Look at this. Nice. That bottom through. And yeah, we got a brake. Just right here. There's a brake. Yeah, I don't have enough money to buy this brake, sadly. So yeah. Look at this. That's our back wheel. Yeah, I was wondering if you could use it to change speed, like other than a clutch and everything. So I just think that could be a good idea. Probably not. That's probably why most of people doesn't put that on their dark bike.
With most of my pieces done, I still needed other parts to be bought. So with my slightly slim wallet, I was able to buy this bike.
I just bought this bike with these wheel. You got some disc over the brakes. That's better. And I got two. I got a fork with both springs. But that one, the front one, I mean it's working. So I finally finished the first wheel, the front wheel, and I cleaned the brake. I've changed the trip, I've changed the tire. It was really long, but I managed to make it, so it wasn't that bad. And yeah, I mean, it kind of looked decent. It's really beautiful. I like it. I didn't make a big span on it, but I made a great deal about it. So with this, you can do this. I found my new toy now, guys. This is our new rims. No, just kidding, that's for the old one. You can say goodbye. So yeah, I was trying to remove this, and I was pulling really, really hard on that to come out of this, and I just like bumped my head literally on that corner, and that just cut me open, and that what happened. So yeah, guys, be careful when being stupid like this. Gentlemen, we finally got our fork. Look at this. That's pretty small. I thought it was like bigger, like taller. So I finally finished my beautiful fork. I modified it for like having the threads. As you can see, I put glue, I put put a screw just right there, and it actually looked pretty decent. Now let's try it. Yeah, and voila! Look at this. Okay, don't be mad, Italian people. I'm gonna cut some steel spaghetti. Spaghetti. Still spaghetti. Mamma mia, spaghetti. There. Need to cut them all. And after we're gonna put it like right in the shaft.
It's a fry wheel. Basically what it does, it's make only spin one way. So when the motor shaft turns, I don't have to spin the pedals at the same time. It's pretty useful.
Guys, I found something really fucking interesting. Look at this. This is scary as hell. Gentlemen, look what I found. A beautiful piece of scrap. So yep, I'm just gonna like cut this around here and put that shaft into the other one. That's probably gonna do the trick. Yep. So now that I have cut this beautiful hole to put this inside here, I just found out that the tube are like the same diameter, and yeah, that sucks. So what I thought, it's since the seat just fit perfectly inside, what if we cut the tube to enter perfectly into that tube and make them fit like perfectly? That's what I thought.
So this part consists of removing bolts with a bit of lubricant to finally be able to move out the way the seat.
Yeah, that's a whole set.
Bye bye.
And we're only left with the
There we go.
beautiful
Our
stick.
beautiful- It's
Oh,
supposed to be
oh.
perfect fit
And
for this.
yes, it's pretty that much. Now we need to cut it to the length, otherwise it's too long. And with finally the bench grinder, we can finally make it a bit flatter on the surface.
If you have successfully stayed this part, I owe you my greatest thanks. The fact I just started this channel a few months ago, it will be real nice if you could leave a like and to subscribe. It will help me to know if you like the content I make. You can also leave a comment to help me through my journey. So don't short circuit now. We're almost there. And talking about circuits, why don't just show you them?
Chapter 2. The main electrical component are the motor, the controller, and the sensor. Here's a little wiring diagram. First, the energy from the battery goes in the controller. I've chosen 48-volt power source for a more efficient travel. Then, the controller will sense if the Hall sensor is capturing any magnetic fields. The controller will afterward send the output into a three-phase current for the motor. A Hall sensor is a little component that requires magnetic fields to let electron move through it. On it, you have three pins. The negative pole, the positive pole, the one you put 3.3 to 5 volt, and finally the signal line. A Hall sensor works basically like a potentiometer. It will change the output of the signal line depending on how close the magnet is to it.
So here is the controller with this box that I've made out of wood and plastic. We also got the sensor right here. That's how the controller knows when to spin the motor. And with the motor and controller, we also got the battery, the power source. It's 48 volt like I said earlier. We also got the motor right there. The motor is pretty simple. It's just mounted to the controller, taking 3 phases current to make it work. So when I turn the sensor, the motor spins. Wanna see?
After making sure the electrical system works, I can finally make some hardware of more, like this gear stopper. It will guide the chain to stay on the gears while having enough sloppiness for it to spin freely. Now that I've cut it to coarsely the right size, it's only a matter of roundness to complete the first phase of making the gear. The favorite task of my machine here, the lathe, is to circumnavigate this piece into a shape of a somewhat perfect disc.
Wait a minute. That's not supposed to do this.
I'm stupid. I didn't tighten the knot.
Safety, guys. 2 millimeter. There we go.
On the last stretch, the only thing that's missing on this piece is the cavity that restrains the chains of lateral forces, so the chain of the bicycle doesn't come loose and derails from the teeth of the gear.
Alright, that's pretty much everything I can make in this video. The biggest problem right now is that my lathe is kind of messed up. The jaw bends. The chuck itself is not center. And for the people that have great eyes, have seen that my lathe is written CNC on it. It's more MAC, MAC, standing for Manual Average Controlling. I don't know if you already tried to make some threads on the lathe without the half knot, but it's in fact really complicated. So in the end, I need to repair the whole machine, but it will be another video. So thanks for have watched Physics Stupidity. If you have comments, some piece of advice to give, you can leave it down below. And thus, till next project.